Autumn is trying its best to make an appearance here in Israel. I know it might sound funny because in many places this weather would still feel like summer, but for us, these shifts between hot, dry, dusty days and sudden cool breezes are exactly what fall looks like. I have a few things on my list for today, and a very dirty stove is waiting for me. But before I get to that, I want to water my home plants, not only because it's their usual watering day, but also because the heat these past few days left them a little too thirsty. In today's video, we'll spend some cozy time at home with a bit of kitchen cleaning. I'll cook my favorite autumnal black lentil dish, open something very special with you, and dive into my latest little obsession, crochet mushrooms, as if I wasn't obsessed with mushrooms enough already. Welcome and welcome back. If this is your first time here, I'm Moran, sharing gentle moments of daily life here in Israel. I hope this video brings a bit of calm to your day. I've been neglecting this stove for a while. There's been a lot of cooking happening here lately, and I just haven't had the time to give it the attention it needs. So it's got a little out of control. I know, it sounds strange to clean the stove before cooking, but I just can't look at it like this anymore. And I just know I will enjoy the cooking so much more once the space is clean. This stove has definitely seen better days. A couple of the burners have stopped working and we tried to fix it, but it didn't help. Eyal and I both know it needs to be replaced soon, but we are trying to postpone that decision for as long as possible. For now, it still does the job mostly. So today we are starting by giving it a really good clean. I can't really pinpoint the exact moment this started, but if you're not new here, you already know about my sweet little mushroom obsession. I have no idea why I haven't crocheted mushrooms until now, but I suddenly felt so inspired to try. Maybe it's a seasonal thing. So I went to look for mushrooms on Pinterest, obviously, and surprise, surprise, fell straight into a mushroom rabbit hole. Oh yes, it got me completely hooked. Earlier this morning, I took out some red yarn and began crochet a mushroom, and I can't wait to take you into my studio later on this vlog and show you my progress. I'm completely obsessed. And of course, I could easily go on and on with the cleaning. I always get carried away once I start, but I really want to unpack something I'm really excited to show you. And I also have some cooking I want to get done today. So I'm putting everything back in place for now before I get too deep into this meditative cleaning mode. A few days ago, I visited a local home textile shop. It's a very special place that makes really high quality bed linens and home textiles. Recently, they announced they are closing down. They sent me a message inviting me to their final sale. To be honest, I'd visited a few times before, but everything was always just too expensive for me. The quality and the style are out of this world, but it was never in my budget. But then one of the Monday makers told me I should go, that I might find something special before everything is gone. So I got in the car and drove over. Long story short, I found a few things I loved that I thought maybe I'd choose one to take home. But even with the closing sale, everything was still really pricey. And so I thought, okay, at least I got to enjoy the visit and say hello to the two lovely women who own this place. But before I left, they kindly offered me one of the pieces I'd been looking at for a price that was near reasonable. So, this dusty pink wisteria embroidered cushion came home with me, and now I just need to find the right place for it. I have two options in mind. So, what do you think? It's hard to choose. I think it looks beautiful in both places, but I'd love to hear your thoughts. Is it more of a bedroom piece, or could it work here with the soft colors in our living room? Before I get into the cooking, I want to quickly put away some supplements that just arrived, just getting them organized and in their place. These lentils have been soaking and sprouting for about 4 days, and they are ready to go now. I've been craving this black lentil dish for the past few weeks, I think. It's a favorite autumnal recipe, but I won't need all the sprouted lentils, so I'll store about half and store it in the freezer. It's always so nice and handy to have sprouted lentils ready. Black lentils are very high in both fiber and protein, and soaking them helps them release the bad lectins so you can digest them easily. We love them in fresh salads for extra fiber and protein. You can quickly add them to almost anything. First, I'll cook them in water, and while they come to a boil, I'll prepare the other ingredients. I'm soaking some cilantro in apple cider vinegar to make sure it's clean from all the bad stuff. Once they come to a boil, I add some cumin and turmeric and let it cook low and slow for as long as I can, I think, or at least about 2 hours. I don't add salt at this stage because adding salt too early can slow down the cooking process of the lentils. So I usually add the salt to the veggies that I'm going to cook to go with this dish. I'm chopping some leek, and thank you, by the way, to everyone who recommended putting a wet towel under my chopping board so it won't slip. It's a great tip that I don't always remember to use, but I'm always very thankful for you being here and leaving all your support in the comment section. I am very, very grateful for you. And as I'm chopping these celery sticks, I suddenly remembered that I also wanted to pop some sweet potato cubes into the oven, so let's stop and take care of that now. I'm adding butter and salt, and they are ready. Just waiting for the oven to heat up. I'll pop them in at 180 Celsius degrees. And now I'm simply cutting all the mushrooms that I had in the fridge. The boys and I are going to have a late lunch later this afternoon, or an early dinner, however you want to call it. We have some beef left over from the weekend that Eyal cooked. So I'm going to make this black lentil dish. It can go as a side dish with the meat, or it can also be the main dish. Eyal will also enjoy it for dinner when he comes home later. My sourdough starter is ready, and I don't want to miss her peak, so I'm making the dough now. It's the same dough I shared in my sourdough tutorial here on my channel. I will leave a link to that video in the description box below for you. But it's basically a combination of white bread flour with whole wheat flour and whole rye flour. Today, for my lentil dish, I'm using this sea salt with celery that I got in Dorset on our UK trip back in August. Thank you, by the way, if you watched those UK vlogs. They are right before this one, if you'd like to check it out. I'm preparing the salt that will be added to the dough later, and I think it's time. The veggies are done. I'm turning off the stove. Let's head to the studio while the lentils are still cooking. I'm so excited to finally get to this. I can't wait to finish the mushroom I started crochet earlier this morning. It feels like it was ages ago. Does that happen to anyone else? And for my first mushroom, I pulled out some of my good old cotton stash, a 4-ply sport weight cotton, and I'm using a 2.5 millimeter hook. I'm following this beautiful pattern I found on Pinterest, and I'm completely in love. I just can't wait to try playing with the pattern using some of my hand-dyed wool scraps. So, the plan for the rest of the day is to have lunch with my sweet teenagers, enjoy some homemade, clean, healthy food, and then get right back to my desk for another deep dive into the mushrooms rabbit hole. Stay with me if you want to see more of this mushroom goodness. There's plenty more coming. It was a windy and dusty day today, so I had to bring the laundry rack inside. If I leave it on the deck, everything falls over and gets completely covered in dust, but drying inside always takes so much longer. And of course, I always find something else to clean or tidy on the way. It never ends.